Welcome to day 9 of Parents Awakening series. How are you doing? When growing up, can you remember the kind of fights you used to have with your sibling, if you had any? Did you ever think your parents caused it? My name is Blessing Oladimeji. Today we'll be sharing on sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry is a major concern for most parents. It can be very frustrating, annoying, irritating when children continue to seek the attention of their parents through sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry is the jealousy, the competition, the fighting between siblings. And it can be very, very intense if parents do not try to stop it. Just in case you've noticed that there's sibling rivalry going on in your home as a parent, it's something that happens in most homes. But what we are now need to be very, very careful with as parents is to be sure that we are not the cause. Most parents have caused sibling rivalry because they've been unintentional, unconscious. It's not like without intentions. It just happened like that. Majorly because of the way some of us grew up, whereby there were certain things or certain ways our parents raised us, and we're actually bringing it in. And our parents did all they knew then, and that was why they made those mistakes. So we as parents, we do not have to continue making the same mistakes. What are the signs of sibling rivalry? The first thing to watch out for is when children start calling each other nasty names. Why would they call each other names? Aside the child's name, like nasty names, it's a sign that sibling rivalry is going on in that home. Second thing is when children tell on each other a lot. Sometimes truthfully, sometimes not truthful. They're lying against another sibling. We need to watch it. The third thing can be when children start hitting each other, beating each other, fighting each other physically. It's something that we have to check. Or siblings start to break each other's stuff or hide each other's things. These are signs of sibling rivalry in the home. And what causes sibling rivalry? Remember I said some parents cause it with mistakes that we have made. The first mistake can be comparison. Comparison makes children jealous of each other. So a child feels that, oh, the parents loves this child, they don't love me. And that's where the fight starts. So comparison is not okay. Just in case you're comparing your children and thinking that when we were growing older, they were comparing us to motivate us. It doesn't help. The hurt it brings is more than whatever we're trying to even put forward in the first place. So we need to stop comparing our children. The second thing that can cause sibling rivalry in the home is labeling. When you label your child, you call your child slow, dull, dumb, stupid, dirty. This child does not just focus. You can't just focus. Those things make the other sibling feel free to use those words when you're not around. And they feel because I heard mom and dad say it, then it's okay to say. So these are mistakes that parents have actually made. And we need to stop it. Some of us need to call our children and apologize to them that I didn't know. If I knew better, I would do better. But now I know better, and that's why I'm apologizing to you. So we need to check it. Some people also cause sibling rivalry in the home. When grandparents visit and you hear things like, oh, this child is pretty, looks like me. This child is ugly, looks like maybe the husband's side or the wife's side. It can cause sibling rivalry. Yes, ask siblings now. You have colleagues at work, you have friends. Ask them how they felt about that particular sibling that everyone said was prettier than them. it could cause sibling rivalry. In fact, some adults are still trying to build the relationship with their sibling because of childhood sibling rivalry that parents did not stop. So when people come around us and they say things like that, it's our duty as parents to stop them, to caution them and say, no, don't say that. I remember some years ago, I went out with my princess and someone was asking me in the presence of my princess that out of all your princes, which one is the finest to you? I just said, how can you ask me such? They're all pretty, they're all handsome in their own way. Like I don't compare children. And I told the person, why would you say something like that? Don't say something like that to someone else. I might understand that, okay, you're just speaking from your perspective, but we need to help our children. We need to stop sibling rivalry as fast as we can. Another thing, so what can we do to help our children to stop sibling rivalry in the home, to reduce it? It might not go immediately. It might take a while before it actually goes. So what can we do? The first thing to do is to, when you see your children playing together, they have moments whereby they play together, they do things together. Don't just pass. Mention it. Tell them it's so good to see you guys roll together. It's so good to see you guys do this thing together. Let them know that it's a big deal to see them unite, to see them kind towards each other. Don't let those things go unnoticed. Some of us are used to only noticing the bad stuff. The good stuff our children do, we don't see it. We don't notice it. We don't remember it, which is not good. So let your children know that I love how you're playing together. I love how you're sharing your things. I love what is going on. Do that, right? And the second thing that you need to do to help your children stop sibling rivalry in the home is to also give them chores together. There are individual chores whereby it helps you to know which child is slacking, which child has not figured things out yet. And there's also team chore, so that the children can work together and no one is there with them. When my princes do the dishes, I see that they like to play music. So they use a speaker and it's just loud and they're, washing the dishes and they're laughing, they're singing the song. And I tell them, this is so good. This is beautiful, especially if they squeeze their face before they went to do the dishes. So when you see those things, talk about it, encourage it. The third thing to do to stop sibling rivalry in your home is to celebrate the strength of each child. Let everyone know what everyone can do well. Not only the bad things, the strength. Let child A know that you are great at this thing. And do you know that your sibling is great at this thing that you are not great at? So just let them know that there's a way the beauty comes together. That's how music is. We have the soprano, we have the alto, we have the tenor, and everyone comes together to form a beautiful music. So no one is not needed. I always tell my princess that the eyes cannot cry now and say, oh, I'm the only one eye up. I'm always opening my eyes and I keep doing things. I keep blinking and the nose is just there. Or the hairs, like every part is important. So I tell them the hairs are just there. It feels like nothing is happening, no one is seeing it. But just take the hairs out. And you notice that it's important. Also, every part, every strength must be spoken about so our children can appreciate each other. And also, another thing that can help our children is that when we have our children together, let us celebrate as a family the efforts that child that you think is struggling. Let's celebrate the efforts of that child together as a family. Don't let it go unnoticed. Celebrate efforts. Celebrate efforts. Get used to celebrating efforts. I trust that we have learned something today and we're going to apply it. We're going to share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go to my YouTube channel and subscribe there. Thank you for watching. I remain blessed in Oladimeji. Bye.